Everybody was good. Just sitting here. Um, wow. None of the picks. I got my, my two teams that actually I had. Well, not really my teams, but the teams that I handpicked to go to the NBA Finals are basically out. That would be the Celtics and the Nuggets. Um, I don't know what the NBA is doing. I don't know what the NBA is planning. Um, could we see a Knicks and Timberwolves matchup? You know, the storylines between Cat and Randall, DiVincenzo, that would be a great storyline, right? The Knicks getting to the NBA Finals for the first time in 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Um, I know 2010, early 2010s haven't really been, the luck of the draw for the Knicks, obviously. We did get out the first round against Boston when they had, KG and Paul Pierce. And obviously we ran into, the Paul George and the Pacers and their defense. And we also ran into Miami Heat when they had their big three. And ever since, we haven't been back. The bubble, you can say, that was probably our best chance to win it, was during the bubble. We did have a lot of great pieces around us, you know, um, but obviously the Lakers were the chosen one. And ever since, we've just been bad. We've gotten good over the years. 2010 or 2020s have blessed us with a lot of great talent. Obviously, we didn't get Zion. We didn't get Zion. We didn't get KD and Kyrie. So what we did settle for was Julius Randle, who actually held his own, and he was pretty good for us. So we lost during the bubble. I think after the bubble, we lost to the Hawks, and I think we beat Miami, if I'm not mistaken. Fast forward to now, we face the Pacers yet again. I think they had more days to rest because we had that extra game. Obviously, we should have ended it in 4. No, we should have ended it in 5, but it went to 6. It is what it is. I think both teams are going to come out rusty Wednesday because it's such a long drag. Naruto. It's such a long drag that that we have to wait. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if we would have gotten rid of the Celtics early, we would have probably played Monday, to be honest with you, or Tuesday. But since we play all the way to Wednesday, that's what, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that's 4 days. Man. And then obviously game 1 of the Western Conference Finals, between the Timberwolves and the OKC, that should be a pretty good one. I don't really know who's going to win. I think they both match up very well. Obviously, the Thunder got 2 good bigs in Hartenstein and what's the buddy's name? Forgot the buddy's name. But they got 2 good. They got 2 good centers. What else? They got Williams. They got Dort. They got Alex Cruz, though, and obviously they got the runner-up for MVP, Shea, which if we being honest, I think Joker should win MVP because this is not playoff MVP. If this was playoff MVP, then it would have probably gone to Shea. But since this is regular season, it should go to Joker. Because if you look at the stats, Joker blows Shea out of the water in every statistical category except for points. I think they both even at points. But if you look at rebounds, assists, steals, blocks. Blocks. Jokic probably has like 1 or 2 blocks per game. Steals, 1 or 2 rebounds, efficient, plus and minus. So they look at everything. They look at everything that both players display for the team. But if we're just solely basing it off of stats and just who has the better stat line, not because of team success or just individual success, because obviously if you want to throw in team success, then obviously Jokic is out the playoffs. But if you're just doing it divisionally, then it has to be Joker. And I know Joker don't really care about MVPs. He says it multiple times, like when his career's done, he don't want to be mentioned. He don't want to, he just want to go back to his hometown and, just live life. And hey man, Joker to me, or Nikola Jokic to me is one of those friends that, you wish you had, just down to earth, cool guy. You barely see him on commercials. He just has that personality that rubs people off the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Like you're supposed to be Magic Johnson, all smiling and like why do you think Kobe Bryant was never in a lot of commercials? But Shaq was. Shaq had a bigger personality than Kobe, obviously. LeBron, same thing, like Shaq. Both have Dwight, same thing. Have, personalities, same personalities, I should say. Quiet guy to himself, a lot of people call them introverts, you know what I'm saying? They're just, to themselves, they don't really bother nobody, it is what it is, you'll see how people push the envelope, you know what I'm saying? So I think Jokic should win MVP. I know he's not, because obviously Shea hasn't won anything in his career. So just like it's like Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. Like Lamar Jackson was on cusp of winning his 3rd MVP, but they said that since Josh Allen hasn't really won anything in his career yet, why not just give it to him and at least he can retire if he ever wins another Super Bowl. Not ever, but if he ever goes to another Super Bowl, or if he does go to another Super Bowl, he can retire and say that he was the league MVP. Not that many people can say that. Matt Ryan never won it. Philip Rivers never won it. Eli Manning never won one. But, it is what it is. Peyton Manning won 4 of them. I think Tom Brady won. I don't even think Tom Brady won MVP. I'm not Super Bowl MVP, but just MVP. I don't think he ever won that. Peyton Manning won them a lot. Who else? Brett Favre won one. Aaron Rodgers. So, it's not hard or easy to win MVP, but you just have to be consistent. You know what I'm saying? because you're facing 5 other guys or 3 other guys that's gunning for the same thing. So you just have to outperform them, you know. So these playoffs are going to be very, very interesting. Now, if it's the OKC Thunder versus the Pacers, and nobody's gonna watch that. Pacers and OKC, but if it's the Wolves and the Knicks, now that would probably be a better storyline because obviously, like I said again, with the Julius Randle, Dante DiVincenzo, and Cat trade, you know, that would have been pretty good, you know. And I think if hypothetically the Wolves do wind up winning the NBA Finals, Cat would have been not Cat. Ant-Man would have been the youngest player since Magic Johnson to win it. Because you remember, Magic Johnson won the NBA Finals his rookie year. I think he was like, 22, 21 years old when he won it? It was crazy. LeBron James tried it his, second, third year with the Cavs. Obviously, he got swept. OKC tried to do it. They obviously ran to a better Heat team. So, so Cat would have been the youngest player to win the NBA Finals. So I don't know where the NBA is going with this. You know, now that the favorites, you know, because everybody has the Lakers or Boston, and since those two teams are out, it's like what are the NBA thinking, or what are the NBA is doing, you know, because the NBA is all for pushing their agenda, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all didn't want LeBron James to win another championship, because obviously that would make him one step closer to Michael Jordan. And people might say, well, we don't care how many rings LeBron James has. He'll never be Michael Jordan, you know. I mean, he won't cut his hair bald, you know what I'm saying? But he'll do other things to mimic Michael Jordan, you know, like the powder toss. Who was the first one to do the powder toss? Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying? 23, wearing the number 23, you know, Michael Jordan, you know. I mean, the only thing LeBron James mentions is that he don't wear a band over his right ankle, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, man, let me know what y'all think. This NBA has been crazy. That's Melo. If y'all haven't seen this, this is Melo with the fire skull, kind of like a Ghost Rider, and it says New York Rival. It says New York Rival, and I got this off of Temu. By the way, if anybody was asking, I bought this like 2 years ago. So, but let me know who y'all think is gonna win the NBA Finals, because my two predictions went way south. Like I said, I had Boston and the Nuggets, and I think Boston and the Nuggets would have been a great matchup, because they both canceled each other out. You know what I'm saying? In terms of just starting, in terms of just bench-wise, no, starting-wise. Now, bench-wise, I think the edge goes to Boston. If they were still in it. If two of those teams were still in it, I think Boston would have the edge over the Nuggets in terms of bench production. But I think those two teams would have been a great match. Great series, great matchup. But now those two teams are out. It's like what are the NBA doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, unless they pull that, you know, Wolves versus Knicks series, you know. But then again, who wants to see that? You know. But could this be the year that the Knicks finally win a championship? Time will tell, man. Time will tell. If the Knicks somehow win the championship, oh my God, New York will not sleep for like 10 days. The tabloids, the newspapers, oh my God, Stephen A. Bumass Smith, uh, Tracy Morgan, oh man. But, you know, it is what it is. We'll see. Like, comment, subscribe.